Welcome to Swim, my dear friends. I'm reading that Nick Cave have lost another son. I was searching for some info in the internet and I found this news, but I thought that it was referring to his the son that he already lost, Nick Cave. But I'm reading that he lost another son, and this is very sad news. His his last albums after his first son died are very dark, for me very hard to listen to. I feel bad for Nick Cave and his wife. A note says Biggs and Cave's twin sons. Twin sons? Arthur and Earl were born in London in 2000 and raised in Brighton. Big co founded the fashion label The Vampire's Wife in 2014. Cave's son Arthur, 15, fell from a cliff at Ovending, near Brighton, and died from his injuries on July 14th, 2015. But the latest news says, this is from the BBC News, and I was also reading the Rolling Stones release, and it says from the BBC News, Nick Cave announces death of son Jethro, and a very beautiful name, Jethro, age 30, and a very handsome man. It says, yes indeed, Cave had already lost his teenage son Arthur in a tragic accident. How terrible, how tragic. And Nick Cave is such a great writer, such a great writer. If you have the chance to read his novels, he's as good writer as Leonard Cohen or as Bob Dylan. And I'm referring to musicians that are really talented in music, composing lyrics, poetry, that can really is valued as literature. Nick Cave has announced the death of his eldest son, Jethro Lazenby, at the age of 30, very young man. With such sadness, I can confirm that my son Jethro has passed away, the musician said in a statement. We would be grateful for family privacy at this time. And I remember that the same thing happened to Mr. Brian Ferry. If I'm not wrong, he lost a son too. Lazenby, who worked as an actor and model, had recently been jailed for a violent attack on his mother, Bo Lazenby, at her home in Melbourne, Australia. How sad. His death comes less than 7 years after Cave's son Arthur died, aged 15, after falling from a cliff in Brighton. An inquest heard that the teenager had taken LSD before the fall, which the coroner ruled as accidental. Cave later wrote about the vastness of his grief and said he felt Arthur with him all the time. I hear him talk to me, parrot me, guide me, though he may not be there. The musician, who is best known for his work with the Bad Seeds, later moved to Los Angeles with his wife because Brighton had just become too sad. We did, however, return once we realized that regardless of where we lived, we just took our sadness with us, he reflected. This is a picture, an image from Getty Images from his lost son, Jethro Lazenby, recently And he was recently diagnosed with schizophrenia. Schizophrenia. Look, a very handsome guy, very handsome kid. What a loss. And schizophrenia is such a torturous, such a to say that it is a heart disease is to say a very little about this disease. May rest his soul. Jethro Lazenby was born in Melbourne in 1991 and only learned that Cave was his father at the age of 8. He began modeling after being scouted in the city and had acting roles in the 2007 film Corroboree and 2011's My Little Princess, which starred Isabelle Huppert. He had also worked more recently as a photographer. Very talented guy, very talented kid, and very handsome. He had only been released on bail from Melbourne Remand Centre last Thursday, 5 May, after a magistrate instructed that he must undergo substance abuse treatment and avoid contact with his mother for the next 2 years. Quite a tragic. Previously, a court had heard how Bo found her son at her front door on 7 March 2022 and let him stay for the night. The following morning, the pair had an argument, during which Lazenby kneed his mother in the face, leaving her bleeding and bruised. She fled to a local pub and asked them to call the police, the court was told. Lazenby's lawyer, Sean Gattas, said that he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia, which had affected his judgment, obviously. He had previously spent time in jail in 2018 for a number of violent attacks on his then girlfriend. And here Nick Cave shares open letter on mourning his son. But this is a letter from November 3, 2018. So I think it's obviously written by Cave for his first son, I suppose. Yes. Musician Nick Cave has shared an emotional open letter about how he still feels the presence of his son, Arthur, who died in 2015, aged 15. This is always such a sadness. I'm I'm looking to some other photographs. Photographs of Kylie Minogue. She once was Nick Cave's girlfriend. She's There's an image from this wonderful movie. He's such a great artist, Nick Cave. He's very singular. He's very original, and he's really a poet. He's really a poet. I feel very sad about his loss, and I wanted to share it with you. It really surprised me to find this news. I thought he was talking about his son Arthur, but losing another kid, having this kind of tribulations. Rest in peace, this young guy. What a pity. A talented guy, handsome, and with this mysterious enigmas of the soul. I hope that in time we we can share some thoughts about the soul, about life, about death. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. And what can we say? Thank you for being there. And think about Nick and his family, his wife. Let us send him good vibes, good thoughts. Let us live and construct peace. I love John Lennon, but I differ from saying that we must imagine peace. I think we must construct peace and live our lives every day and every minute thinking about being tolerant, merciful, compassionate. We have to get along, guys. We have to get along, folks. Thank you very much, your friend Gary. Here is Swim.